Hey everybody, what is up? It's Outstanding Oshawa 2 here, and you guys have been asking it for a while now. And today we're finally doing the updated room tour video. Last time when I did it, my room was all messy. As I was just about to go on vacation, I needed a video of when I was, over the break. So I decided that I'm going to do it. So now we are doing an updated room tour, and I am using a selfie stick. And I know that makes me look like a tool, but my tripod broke, and until the bit comes in that I ordered off of eBay, this is going to be the camera that I'm using. So anyway, let's go. So let's start off with the somewhat boring stuff first. Right here we have my computer. It has an Intel Core i7-4790K, a GTX 970 graphics card, 16 gigs of RAM, 256 gigabyte SSD, along with a 1 terabyte hard drive. That's my computer. I just want to get this done with so we can get to the games. Have a pretty nice Acer monitor, crappy keyboard because my main one broke. But right here we have where I do most of my gaming from. I have my little seat that I can rotate to both desks. And right here I got my Wii U gamepad, my Blue Yeti, Sonic Glass that I got in my newest arcade block. Got my remote and my Wii U Pro controller. Over here, don't know if you can really see them, we got some Pop Funkos for Dragon Ball Z mostly, and some random ones. And we have my PS2 game collection, which we'll get to, so I can show you guys that. You guys might be interested. So, oops, focus please. There we go. So you got some Final Fantasy, Sonic, Xenosaga, Mega Man, Kingdom Hearts. I don't know if you can see these. The lighting back here is legitimately terrible. I can read them, but I'm not sure if it shows up on camera well. Anyway, though, with the boring part out of the way, let's get to the fun stuff. Starting off, we just have my Mega Yarn Yoshi with a couple of plushes. You got Luke from Professor Layton, a Mario from the N64 era, and a Star Fox plush. Got my PAX East badge when I went last year. I'm going to PAX East again. Some Breaking Bad figures because they came in my GameStop Funko mystery box. Some Atari Hot Wheels. Just some random stuff up there. I don't really know what I want to do with that area per se. Got my Pokemon Battle Revolution poster, Dragon Ball Z, and we have my Majora's Mask soundtrack right there, Wind Waker soundtrack, and my Ocarina of Time soundtrack. I want to put the Ocarina up there yet, just haven't got around to it, so it's kind of been there for like a month. More, honestly, it's been a while. So up here we have my amiibo, along with my Professor Layton game collection. I don't know if you can read those, but they're there. So a bunch of amiibos. Let's go down. I did make an amiibo collection video not too long ago. A few of them weren't there, but I have now. But anyway, the majority are. And as you can see, we got the Wolf Link that just came out, and the Splatoons and crap like that. So it's a good. Down here we have my systems. Got a GameCube with the GameCube player and a Wavebird, 2 memory sticks. Not sticks, memory cards. We got some deodorant and some amiibo cards. Wavebird, N64 Pikachu Edition, Top Loader NES. Well, for the most part, just gaming systems. Here we have my 32-inch Samsung LED Smart TV. Regret buying a Smart TV, it's just not worth it. Do not buy it in Smart TVs if you can get the same screen resolution for, let's just say $100 less, because you can just get a freaking, Amazon Prime Echo, or well, not Echo, whatever those little sticks that you put in, media sticks, and you can do all that crap. Plus, if you have a modern gaming system, you can do all that stuff as well. Right over here, we got my Wii U, my PS Vita, and my PSP. Honestly, really have never played my PSP. I got it at a yard sale for cheap, as you will find with a lot of stuff in my collection came from yard sales. And my Vita, I really haven't played it as much as I'd like. I haven't finished Persona 4 Golden, but I still have Freedom Wars and Saturday Morning RPG to get around to. And we got a random Bowser, because I accidentally have 2 Bowsers. Long story. Got some Beatles records, Shovel Knight, Shovel, and a Beatles clock, which, if you notice, is not moving because it makes a a little ticking sound, and it's really annoying when recording and when I'm sleeping, so, I was like, I don't want that. Next, we have my Final Fantasy poster. I got a PAX East, which is pretty cool. They asked if you pre-ordered both games, and I lied and said yes. Great person. And I got them. Up here, we have some more Funkos, just some random ones, some variants of the Dragon Ball Z. All I'm missing for the Dragon Ball Z set is the Planet Arlia Vegeta, but that's like freaking $300. And it's not worth it. Got a Boo, some other Pops, some more Dragon Ball Z figures, and Baymax, because Big Hero 6 is awesome. Window, I'm recording this at night, you can see me, hi. A Pikachu pillow and my broken tripod. That I broke out of rage from League of Legends, no joke. That's actually what happened. So this is my bottom shelf. We got, get some dust and crap, some random wires because I was too lazy to fully clean up. Got this really awesome Capcom fight stick. Just listen to this quick. It's beautiful. And you got these are not the best, but this is, beautiful. I got a Game Boy. I don't know why I put in this glass case. I got that glass case of packs with a figure. Death Note, freaking favorite anime manga ever. Love it. Random case, Professor Layton and Teemo. This stuff is for reffing. I'm becoming a soccer ref right now, if you're not aware. And I thought, hey, you know what? This is a nifty place to put my stuff. Best purchase I've ever made in my life, sincerely, is this flashlight. Because freaking bought this heavy-duty industrial, whatever the hell you want to call it, flashlight for like $1 at a yard sale. Still one of my favorite investments I've ever made because I use it so often. Up here we have my Super Nintendo collection. Notable titles: Mega Man X3, Mega Man X2, Ninja Gaiden Trilogy, and a bunch of like other like popular games. I got all the Marios and crap, all of the Metroids. Most of the Nintendo AAA titles I do own by now. There are a few I'm missing, like Earthbound, which I don't really think is worth the price, honestly. Sue me, I think Earthbound's a bit overrated. It's all about game, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, whatever. I'm gonna get so much hate for that. But yeah, those are my games. I went over them in a bit more detail last time, so I'll go over them again. You can't really see, again, lighting is a issue in my room. It doesn't help that bulb's dead. But whatever, and I was kind of too lazy to change it. But bada bing, masterpiece. Right here we have my Game Boy game collection. Really, I don't keep track if there's any doubles in there. So there's probably a good amount. I just kind of, whenever I get them in lots, I just throw them on the pile. Back there I got my N64 collection. It's doubled up in that other layer behind this, because I can't fit them all. Last time when I opened this during a room tour video, everything fell, so I'm gonna hope it doesn't happen again. But these are where the majority of my valuable 64 games are. You got like Mario Parties, which aren't rare, but supply and demand rises prices, of course. You got Mario 64, Zelda, stuff like that. Right here we got my copy of Conkers. Very happy to own Conkers. At like 103 64 games, I think, of the 296 North American. So I plan someday to get a complete N64 game collection. I just don't know when it will happen. Right here is GameCube and Wii. Some GameCube games and Wii games are downstairs. Just throwing that out there. So if you see any, you're like, oh my god, how do you not own? Some are downstairs, and I don't feel like bringing them up because, first of all, they wouldn't even fit on the shelf. So, you know, we got some Zelda Collector's Edition, Kid Icarus Uprising. I have like 3 GameCube player starter discs. There's one of them. There's some Wii games as well. Wii games, you know, Wii games. And right here, we got my GameCube game collection. Honestly, I don't own every GameCube game that I want. Whenever I really need money, I'll sell off like a copy of Melee, knowing I'll find it again cheap. So I don't own Melee at the moment. And over here, games and beautiful retroness. So anyway, we'll get into that later. That's the fun stuff. But let's go into the boring Wii U games. I'm right now. I love the Wii U. Going for a complete collection of the Wii U. That's why I bought games like Madden 13. But anyway, Wii U games. I'm at 38. I counted before. So I'm getting there. And I just ordered Funky Barn off of the GameStop site, which, if you're not aware, is a pretty uncommon game. So if you own Funky Barn, congrats. You own probably what's going to be one of the most rare Wii U games. Standard release, that is. So here we got my 3DS games, some 3DS games there, and some 3DS games back there that you can't see. 3DS, it's a good system. And you got Xenoblade Chronicles 3D. Great game. Here's just some Pokemon cases, and some DS games. Those games are in there, but anyway. I've got some Game Gear games back there. I don't really like the Game Gear. It's kind of weird. Just a random Game Boy Advance used for display. If I want to play Game Boy games, it's going to be on my SP. The one over there, because that's the one I had since I was like 5. So it's a nostalgic system for me. Got Pokemons, some Kid Icarus Uprising cards back there. And the Rodea, oh wait, 39, I forgot to count Rodea and the Sky Soldier. Rodea and the Sky Soldier limited edition on the Wii U. Not a cheap, again, limited edition. I think it's around like the 160 range at the moment, and I suspect it will keep going up. So I'm keeping it sealed. I'm not good at keeping stuff sealed, but I've been able to do it thus far. Some DSi games. There are like only 4 games, like 5 games for a complete DSi game collection. One is pretty uncommon. It's like some beauty game that I find complete, but I shall get a complete DSi collection one day. We've got Pac-Man. Some random crap down there that you don't want to see. Right here we got DVDs. DVD galore. You know, you got some Weeboo material. Game Chasers, great show on YouTube. You should watch it. Death Note, best anime ever. Dragon Ball Z, Avatar. You know, there's fun stuff like that. Down here, it's a mess. We don't mention this. This is where my amiibo cards are, by the way. And that's more of a mess, so we don't mention that. And here's just some random Pokemon cards. Bulk. Right back here, we have, back of the boxes, Lalawoogie. Some manuals, so you can see Pokemons. Right over here, more back of boxes. Wiimote. And some CDs back there, mostly Beatles. Random NES. I have so many NES. I probably have like 8 downstairs. I might show my closet one day, my storage closet, but that is, so many systems, and so many wires, and so many games. I'm sure if I went down there, I could find games that I didn't even know I owned, and that's where I get most of my PS1 games from. So anyway, let's get up here now. Up here, we have an N64 system. You know, some fun stuff, complete in box systems, you know? They're good. Right here is one of my favorite pieces of my collection. Not just is it a complete Final Fantasy, no. This is a Nintendo promotional offer, not for resale copy of Final Fantasy. I also got one, Zelda 2 in the lot, which I shouldn't have sold, but I did. Really hope the collector who got that, he got a really good price. I'm not going to say specifics, but he got a really good price, and I regret selling it. So, you know, I guess the lesson here is don't sell games that you think you might that you might want again. That's the story. Just a bunch of NES boxes here. Here you got some 64 boxes. You got Pokemon Stadium 2 Zeldas. You know, I own pretty good box games, I'd say. Mario Golf, Mario 64, 007. Back there's Mario Kart 64 as well. Did I say Mario Kart 64 for Super Mario 64? If I did, my bad. Right here we got NES games. I'll go down the stack. Any notable ones, I'll say, or like games that I think are a bit underrated. There's Jaws. There's Jaws. I really like Jaws on the NES. I think it's one of the most underrated games on the system. So if you own Jaws, try it. Not as bad as people say. Also, where is it? Battle Chess. I'm a chess geek. I'm on my school's chess team. So I might be a bit biased, but I really like Battle Chess. I think it's a good game. These are all unique games. And then there's another layer back here, and then also are all my bootlegged, not bootlegged, but, you know, non-licensed NES cards back there. But this is blocked by all this stuff, which I don't think I went over. Right here, well, I'm thinking about it. Right here we have a Vectrex. If you're not aware, Vectrex is a game that uses, system that uses vector graphics, and it sort of is like an arcade unit, but there were these overlays that you would put on it. That's why there's like these little clips up there. That you could put on it, and it would make the games like seem more lifelike. Otherwise, it's just lines. And it's a really cool system. I only own 4 games, and I don't own any overlays. But you know, it's a system I would love to get the proper overlays for. And my controller is a bit busted. The analog stick's a bit weird. So Vectrex, it's a pretty uncommon thing. It's something I'm really happy I own in my collection. Right here we have an N64 flight stick, but it's just not no N64 flight stick. It's for PC, but it has a Nintendo logo. There you go. This is why the selfie stick is just spectacular. Right here we got my Nintendo Power poster, lunchbox, and Super Smash Bros. Cause Smash. Right here we got Xenoblade Chronicles X, you know, Twilight Princess thing, bunch of crap from K-Block. Yeah, I got a complete inbox, Game Boy back there, World Cup Pikachu, and some other stuff. So, back to here, some more, oops, god dang it, some more NES games. Only took like 4 attempts. Smash Bros. Soundtrack, Now this is where some of my favorite games I own are. You got Contra, Battletoads, Duck Hunt. This is really cool. It's a pirated cart from back in the day, and it has 190 NES games. There's a few duplicates, but honestly, I could go on there and get a bunch of games I don't own and play it. So I think it's a cool thing, though. Batman, Mermaids of Atlantis. That's a pretty uncommon game. Zelda, typical stuff. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, Muga Man 4, DuckTales, Color a Dinosaur. Pretty uncommon game right there. Mega Man 3. And where's Mega Man 1? Oh, there it is, Mega Man. And where's Mega Man 2? Is Mega Man 2 over here? No, that's Mario. I don't know where my copy of Mega Man 2 is. So, do note, I do own Mega Man 2, and it is still my favorite NES game in my collection, because I just love Mega Man 2. It's a great game. And I think it's downstairs, maybe. I have another top loader hooked up downstairs. I own 2 top loaders, but enough of me boasting. Let's get into this. Right here we have Contra Force on the NES, which, if you're not aware, Contra Force was not Contra Force, but they kind of pulled a Super Mario Brothers 2 and just put Contra on it for it to sell in the US. Right here we got a bunch of PS1 games. Some really weird stuff. Like this game I found the other day when going through my storage closet. Backstreet Billiards. Just looks like a normal, pool game. It's a visual novel pool game. And I was like, what? I saw the artwork and it reminded me of Ace Attorney. So I was like, okay, that's a game I gotta play through one day. Because that just sounds ridiculous. And one other NES game. And my one TurboGrafx 16 game. Got some games here. Final Fantasy, Heart of Darkness, Metal Gear Solid. Mostly RPGs and weird games because that's the kind of stuff I like. Some random PS2 games again. Katamari Damacy. Naruto Dark Cloud. Naruto. Legend of K, which also came out on the Wii U, funny enough. You got some random Xbox games here. My Halo 2 soundtrack. Back there are just some books, because I don't really have space for books in my room. So, that is mostly all I own for my collection. Like I said, I also have downstairs, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. I want to make it clear again, I was not bragging. This is just me sharing my love for video games. And it's something you guys have requested for a while now. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.